Hello guys, welcome to a special Christmas edition of Metal Morph Customs. So this time we've got a little project in from a friend from a friend. I think it's a 2016 Street Glide. Front fender, terrible condition, typical Harley, rotting basically. So if I can try and get this in the light, there we go. This is the rear. You can see it does the classic Harley thing where it starts off on the edge and then just travels all the way up through underneath the paint. This is almost the entire fender. And then again all over the front, all underneath. So today is the 23rd, I've just finished work and I'm just going to quickly get a bit of this done. I want to get it in primer, possibly today. I don't want to leave it bare metal because then it'll start rusting again because it's crap. Yeah, so I'm just going to whip off the top of the rust, just going to go over it with the wire brush, take the tops off. Then we're going to feather out the edges, get a coat of primer on there, get it protected, and then we'll get back to it after Christmas. As always, many tools to do the job. My favourite is the wire brush. It will take the tops off the scabs, and then shouldn't do too much damage to the rest of it. And then what we'll do is once these are gone, we'll feather the edges out, put a bit of rust treatment on there, and then try and get the primer done. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's actually eaten in really bad. Got pits. That's the problem. That's what happens really. The paint holds it in and then it just sits against the metal and rots in. So it's actually a bit worse than I thought. But we'll set up the time lapse and I'll get the paint off. Perfect example. Ouch. Right. There we go. So as you can see, underneath the paint, it actually just spreads. So the important thing is to remove all of this brown as much as you can. Luckily, this hasn't really pitted, so it should be okay. Usually once it pits, the rust's in there and you'll never get it out. You have to cut it out. But this is mainly surface, so it's all good. Okay, so that's the worst of it done. I've taken all the tops of the rust off, done all underneath, all around the edges, got rid of all the rust. See all the paint left now. I'm going to feather this back because at the minute we've got some quite high edges, and there's also a small dent there. Just get the light on it. There, just got to take care of that. One issue I found is that, so I think that goes all the way through. I'm just going to take the paint off the other side and just see what we've got, but we'll probably have to put a little bit of weld on that just to seal it up, otherwise it will come through in rust in about 2 weeks, probably about 5 days with this actually. Just nasty metal. Yeah, so on the other side of that little hole is this, there's a little rust scab, and yeah, you can see all the way through. Don't know if you can see that. Hold up to the light. There we go, we've actually got a hole right through the fender, so I'll have to get that welded up. Check for any more, which I don't think there are. That's very odd. It's not even on the weld line, it's just to the side of it. It's a testament to the quality of the steel Harley use. Let's get the earth. Shiny bit, it's just a little bit low now, so I'm just going to knock it back from the underneath and then we'll file it up again. A little bit more. I'm not using a dolly because it's only small, I don't really need to. Okay, all that finally done. So what I've done, just off camera, I've just I've just put it in the shop blaster. I've just taken off all the worst, the loose scabby stuff. I've got to rust treat this, etch prime it, then I'll put a nice thick 2K primer in there, and then we'll under seal it so it's all sealed in, and hopefully when the stones hit it, it won't chip then. On the top, just gone around the rivets just to get any sort of creep from any sort of rust coming out in there. Taking the tops of these off. That's it really. Got rid of all the rust. Remove the dent. Where was the dent? Can't even find a dent. And that's it really. Ready for etch. So for rust treating, just using this Built Humber Hydrate 80 as seen in previous episodes. I don't know where they are. There. I'm not going to put a card up. So it's basically just, I think it's water-based, I don't know. So it's basically just this thin liquid, paint it on. I'm doing this one-handed, but it's just quickly to show you. So you paint it on as thin as you can get it. And then once you leave it to dry, it'll then turn black, and then you can overpaint it. But one thing I learned with this is to make sure you don't put it on thick because it never dries. Well, it might do, but not in the time that I had it. So just brush it out nice and even. And then once it dries, paint over. What I've done is just found anywhere that had a little bit of rust damage, anywhere that was ground out or filed, I've just gone in with a small, very thin skim of filler just to take up the unevenness. So I'm going to get that rubbed down, and then I'll hit it with some etch. Unfortunately, I haven't managed to get it all done today. I'm just going to get some etch on it. I won't be able to put the high build on, but I have rubbed all the filler down, so it's all nice and smooth. I've just put some small parts in. So I'll just get it etched up, and then I'm off to the parents for Christmas.